quite complex so that you get a real good understanding. Now, if you talk to Dr. Gordon and to many of the doctors, you will hear that we are loaded with toxins, even toxins that we have never been in contact with, like rat poison and all sorts of things, which I haven't used myself, but they're in the water, they are in the tap water, they are in the lakes, they are everywhere. It's a common pollution problem, and we've absorbed many of them. Plus, we've inherited many of them from our parents. So when you look at the toxic load with the 10 American babies, we are loaded. Now, I've been speaking with Dr. Rao in Switzerland, and he said, Marcus, every toxicological report of a tumor biopsy that we got back had 40,000 times higher concentrations of heavy metals, arsenic and toxins and phthalates and all sorts of toxic materials loaded in the tumor cells. Now, that really gives us a clear indication that we are too toxic and we need to get rid of it. Now, one of the reasons why we are loaded with toxins is because all of those chemicals that we consume and absorb and are exposed to actually have a devastating effect on our DNA. And if you have seen the series of our videos with the DNA results, well, it clearly shows that we have impaired mechanism. We cannot detoxify anymore. Like over the past, well, since about 3 months, since we promoted those tests, we did hundreds of tests with clients, and it has shown that there is a very, very general rule that all those people with cancer have an impaired detox mechanism. They can't detoxify. Their detox pathways 1 or 2 in the liver are impaired. Many have no glutathione production. Now, we know that if we don't produce the master antioxidant, that we pollute slowly because it doesn't detoxify. So those things really reveal, and well, now you can choose. You can do the test, $1,200 up to $1,700 for the pharmacological test, and you can have that done, and then you get black on white on a piece of paper, your body cannot detoxify. Now that's great for those who need proof. Let's just say it that way. If you have cancer, you have already the proof that your body is loaded with toxins. There is no other way that you can have that impairment to your immune system if you have not a high toxic load. So instead of investing the money into the test, well, you can buy a whole lot of remedies that I'm going to show you now over the next few days that you can use to actually reduce that toxic load. And instead of investing into that proof, you invest into health straight away. I don't say you don't need the test. I love it, especially for younger people where you want to know what they need to avoid so that they don't go into collision course. They prevent. But if you already have it, maybe it's more worthwhile to actually look at really, really solid and heavy means detoxification. Now, as you can see, I have here bentonite clay, and this is edible earth, edible clay that you would drink every day. Now, don't think it's going to taste very nice. You take like a heaped teaspoon, well, that's what I have to do, I don't like it, and every morning my wife gives me that, and she said, here's your cappuccino. It looks like it, it's a latte, and you have to mix it pretty hard so that you don't, swallow those chunks and bits. But that's what you would do in the morning on a completely empty stomach. And you don't have your breakfast right after that. You keep that for a while and, well, it looks like a latte. It doesn't taste like it, but it's healthy. Oh, I have to do it in one bit because otherwise I wouldn't keep doing. But I'm fussy. I like my lattes and I'm not allowed to drink them anymore, and that's not really a substitute, but I know it's well. Now, you do that, you drink that. It's actually not that bad after a while. But what does it do? Now, let me explain that with my little chart here. And I've written it all down because you can see already behind me on the screen, it's a lot. And I don't want to miss out on things, and I don't want to misguide you and give you false information. So I've written it all down on my cheat sheet, and I'll take you through. Now let's start with what clay can do for you. And we're not only talking about the edible clay, which I've proven to you you can drink. It's like mud out of a puddle. We also have that magnetic clay that you put into your bathtub. And I've added a video underneath that shows you exactly how you do it and how effective that pulls out toxins out of your body. But now let's look at the chart. Okay, the very first part would be it removes heavy metals. And I'll just put that up front. How? Well, it's magnetic. It's actually loaded with negative charge, which means it automatically attracts substances that have a positive ionic charge, such as metals, toxins, bacteria, and all of that, and it binds it. And as soon as it's binded to the clay, it's flushed out. It goes through your whole intestines, and then you get it out. Now, they have done extensive research, and it works with so many different metals, it works with so many different toxins, that this is like a one-stop shop. I don't say you don't need to do any other detox, but this is kind of a one-stop shop. And we had several interviews with clients who did nothing else but that, because it's affordable. It's something that you can do every day. You can do at home. You don't need to go anywhere. And it's very convenient. It's very easy to do. Now, that's how it works. It pulls out everything which is positive charged out of your body. And we come to the cautions as well, because you need to replenish some of the things that you flush out as well, the good things that you might need. Okay, but let's go back to what it actually does. It removes heavy metals. We had that. Heavy mercury poisoning. That's how I actually address the problem. Then detoxify your body from harmful chemicals, whether you have been spraying Roundup and all of that. All of those things are positive charged, and they bind to that magnetic clay. It reduces radiation. Now, if you've been exposed to radiation, that's a really powerful way. They've done that in all the Eastern countries which were close to Chernobyl, which, you know, highly charged, and they packed people in clay to put those toxins out and the radiation out, and it worked. So you can visibly, measurably reduce radiation out of your body. And, you know, with present radiation problems that we have right now with Fukushima, well, it's an ongoing process that you can do every time. It also removes bacteria. It actually neutralizes bacteria within your body. Then it strengthens your immune system. And let's just say it that way. It's not strengthening your immune system. It gives it the nutrients that it needs and the minerals. And it takes the burden of heavy metals away, and through that you tip the scale. You know when your immune system is strong, your cancer cells go down. If you have a high toxic load and your immune system is already weakened and can't work, it doesn't help. So that's where this effect comes from. It purifies your blood because it binds on everything that you don't need and flushes it out. It balances your pH, and that's why you need to be careful that you really have the proper clay to have that effect. It heals ulcers and wounds, and that's something you can actually do if you have an open wound, if you have ulcers, where you use this clay and you make a poultice and put that over the top, or when you lay in the bathtub, you take a little bit extra, you take hot water, and then you put that over the top and you just press it against it. And it pulls out all the toxins, bacteria and everything, and it helps you heal. It dissolves tumors, and that's known. It's a long-term cancer cure in Europe since hundreds of years practiced, and that's some side effect. By pulling out the toxins, well, all of a sudden your cells go into redifferentiation. They develop back into healthy cells, which is a great way. And then it mineralizes your body. This is like taking a full-on mineral supplement, because it gives you everything that your body needs, all right? Now, the next part would be proof. And I've just written here a little chapter, and I'm gonna bring it pretty screen on the screen behind me that you can read it. But according to research, and I've searched through quite a number of those research papers, benefits reported by people using liquid clay for a period of 2 to 4 weeks include improved intestinal regularity, which is important, to be able to eliminate regularly, relief from chronic constipation and diarrhea. So it balances both ends of the spectrum. Indigestion, which is really important. A lot of people take supplements and supplements and supplements, and it doesn't help. They just go through. They're not absorbed in the body. Well, if you start doing this, you reactivate your gut bacteria, and through that you start again with a good digestion. It reduces ulcers, a surge in physical energy. Well, that's something which is important. If you have that surge in physical energy after that, then that only means it binds to the toxins, and through that your immune system can relax and can focus on other things it needs to do. It brings a clearer complexion of your skin, brighter, whiter eyes, enhanced alertness, emotional uplift, again, toxins out, you feel great. Charlotte Gerson explained that. As soon as you remove toxins from the body, people go into an uplift of their emotion, and that's really proven. And when you have toxins, all those mass murderers and people in school and shootings, full on drugs, full on chemicals, well, take those chemicals away, take the toxins away, and their mood is uplifted, and they wouldn't do things like that. Okay, improved tissue, gum repair, like the list is endless. I've found lists, they list every single disease that you have. Now, that's a one-stop shop, isn't it? And it's certainly not expensive. And we put a special offer underneath with a 20% discount for you so that you can set that up. And it comes as a package so that you have the full-on program. Okay, hundreds of research papers, practiced in Europe since hundreds of years. We've been to almost every clinic in Germany. And you know what? They do that all. It's a normal procedure. You have clay bath, and that's a standard procedure in a cancer treatment. You have clay packages, you have clay poultices, you have clay wraps, you have all sorts of things. It's used normally in those clinics as a standard procedure. Somehow the world hasn't caught up to that. Maybe because it can't be made as a big revenue stream. Well, you can do that at home. It has proven to have phenomenal results. And the last one I forgot to write in. Okay. Now we've covered the how often? Okay, that's something daily for your latte. So just, a glass every morning, and you can have even 2 between meals, 2 or 3 hours, nothing to in between. So you go in between your meals, you have one, you can have up to 2. I stick with 1, it's stressful enough to have that, but you can have additional to that, and that's what the video underneath shows, the magnetic clay bath. Now think of the effect. One side would pull in toxins out of your gut, out of your whole intestinal tract, and we know that's where your immune system lives, and pulls that out regularly and cleans you from inside out of the bloodstream and everything. And now, like a sauna, far infrared sauna, you also transpire it to the outside, which means your skin, which is your largest organ, would get rid of those toxins as well, which means you pull from inside and from the outside, which is a double whammy. Now, if you buy that, it comes with everything that you need. Mine is already half empty, and I don't want to open it because otherwise it's all dusty. But that's pure clay in here. And what you have, and I just took that out of a new package, this is an extra that you add. It's a mercury detoxifier. It's a real botanical formula which enhances heavy metal detox. Now, for our package underneath, because we don't want to muck it all up and confuse everybody, we added this automatically. So when you order this, you get the heavy metal detox pack to it. Now what you do is you open up your bag, you fill this in, You mix that all through so that it's all mixed, and then you use 1 or 2 cups of clay in your bathtub. Now it's pretty simple. You fill your bathtub pretty much as hot as you can bear, and make it really warm, because it's important that you start the transpiration. You know, you need to sweat. It needs to activate your system. So you make it quite hot, and in the video he shows with a little stirring up. I don't like that. We use this with a blender. I put my 2 cups of clay into a blender, and then I put the water in, and I blend that until it's completely smooth liquid, just like my mochaccino. Now, after that, I pour that into the bathtub with the water running. And this way I have a complete diluted clay, no clumps on the floor, no sticking to the walls. It's completely diluted, it's really beautiful, and the bath is completely ready to jump in. Now you take a little candle and nice music, and then you lay in the bathtub for half an hour. 20 minutes to half an hour. Make it a little bit more hot. If it cools down, just heat it up again and lay in that bathtub and enjoy it. Really enjoy, relax, visualize how all the toxins are pulled out of your system. If you have your latte up front, you feel like it's pulled out from the inside, it's pulled out from the outside, and your body cleans. And if you do that over a period of time, you can guarantee you pull out more toxins than you have done for the last 20 years without doing that, okay? So this is really an important process that you can do. Now, caution, and this is something that we all need to be careful. You can pull out too many minerals. Now, with doing this at the same time, you replenish minerals. If you just do the bath, you need to take up mineral supplement. And that's, you know, easy. A pinch of Himalayan salt with your water that you drink. If you add a mineral supplement that you add on top of it, then that helps out. If you do this, you probably won't need it. Another great thing to do while you kill bacteria in your tummy with that edible clay, you could take a probiotic to actually replenish those bacteria in your gut and restore a healthy gut flora. And that would be great. So a probiotic that you take with it, and you add either the clay or some supplements, and then don't overdo the bath. When you go in and it's hot, and it's really hot, and you heat your body up, you start perspire, and you also have the clay in there, it can suck your life out. It's good before you go to bed, because then you sleep very well, but it's important that you don't overdo that. We recommend 1 to 2 baths per week. Especially if you are in a very toxic load and you want to get rid of toxins, well, do it 2 times a week. But then once you feel better, once you see that your eyes clear up, that your mood goes up, that your ulcers go away, that your allergies go away, that your body feels better, well, then start reducing it to 1 a week, and that's perfect. Which means this pack here will last you for about 2 months or 2 or 3 months. And that's really beautiful, because that's a long-term process, and you have, well, 10 baths. Well, you can do the math yourself. And that's really something special to get rid of those toxins. Now, the benefits, healthy, we know that. That's why we do it. Then inexpensive, really inexpensive compared to everything else. Very effective, very convenient, and easy to do. And I believe, you know, that's enough arguments to just put it on your daily schedule. And as you have that and you feel the change, well, you won't live without. I actually fell in love with it, except my drink. You know, it looks tempting when you see it, but, well, all right. Now, one thing on top, and Garth in the video underneath explains that really well, you can enhance the effects of magnetic clay manyfold by using the magnesium spray, magnesium oil, or magnesium bath with it. If your cells have plenty of magnesium, which actually is needed in the membrane structure to start to be able to detoxify, then you will have a much higher effect. If your body is acidic and there is test strips come with it, and you have a high acidic load, you can lay in this bath and your body holds on to the toxins and doesn't let them go. So you need to alkaline. You need to alkaline the water that you go in. And Gas shows you, you do that with a bit of sodium bicarbonate. You put that into the bathtub. You do that also when you drink this with a bit of sodium bicarbonate so that you really get that acidic level down and go into the alkaline. And then do the clay with magnesium opening up all the pores, all the membrane of your cells. You can't go wrong. Okay? See you in the next video where we discuss the next detox method.